Hey guys, so what is kenFu anyway? What is this channel all about? That's kind of the question that I want to answer first off before we even kind of get into anything else. The answer is it's nothing and maybe something all at the same time. When I was a kid, kenFu was a really fun thing. It was a really fun idea, just something I made up and enjoyed, right? Bruce Lee was really big at the time. Kung Fu was really big at the time. You had the reruns and syndication of the kenfuTV show. It's a really big deal. My little kid brain went, well, my middle name's Lee, so surely I should be in the martial arts, right? But he did Kung Fu, and, well, I do kenFu, so definitely better, right? Yeah, super silly, just kind of what happened. And so, but fast forward years later, I started training in martial arts. I had an interest in it for a long time because of Power Rangers, because of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because of all of that stuff. And all of it worked itself into me being excited to try the martial arts. And tried a little bit when I was a kid, then couldn't find a place to train for a long time. I'll get into that in like a different video maybe sometime. And then later I found an instructor to work with and spent some time working with him. Spent a lot of time, the last 13, 14 years, something like that. And yeah, that's been kind of what's been there. So with that, over time, I come to understand how the martial arts has to be something that's a part of you. It's something that you become, something that becomes what you do. First you do what you're trained to do, but then later you've got to be able to adapt it, vary it, and make it into what it needs to be for you, for the way you move, the way your body moves, and your size, and everything about that. And so over time, this joke of kenFu became kind of more, this is what I do. It's just what I do. So I've trained karate and kabuto and aikido and eskrima and jiu-jitsu, Japanese jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, a number of different things, some of them very heavily, some of them just a little bit here and there. But then all of it as it comes together has kind of become who I am. And over time, I've met people, really interesting people. We've shared our knowledge of martial arts. And so now that's kind of the point of the channel, is to share what makes what I do. And not because I think it's what you should do. Not because I think it's the best. Far from that. It's because it's what I do. And all I can really know is what I do. And so hopefully, maybe for people that need it, it'll help you on your path to figure out what it is that you should do. And the things, maybe you'll find some things that you like that I do that you can incorporate, things that you don't like that I do that you maybe didn't realize until you saw that and then went, ooh, I don't like that, and now you don't do it anymore. There's no wrong answers. It's what you figure out, and it's what is yours. We're all motivated by the things that we're motivated by. We have our own priorities. We have our own reasons for doing what we do. We have our own situations and scenarios that we work out. And, are you working tournament? You're going to train one way. If you work in self-defense, you're going to train another way. Or you work in a bodyguard gig, you're going to train differently. You work in police, you're going to train differently. Each one of these things, now they have places that overlap, but what you do and how you do it all comes down to what your circumstances are and the context of those circumstances. So, yeah, we'll just explore, and I'll share what I've got, take it, ask questions, talk about it. I hope that we can have kind of a back and forth communication, because that's how we figure this stuff out. We can try to do it all on our own, then you end up reinventing the wheel, things like that. We can work together instead. I've always really liked the title sensei in the martial arts, not because of some honorific thing, but because the word itself just means one who was born before or has gone before. If we're all moving down that path, a sensei is just someone who's a little further than you are. They've got somebody who's further than they are. And that person probably has somebody who's further than they are, right? And everybody's path's a little different, so while they may be further down that path, they might know something about something that doesn't really pertain to you, because your path is going over here and it's dodging that area over there. Nobody's perfect, nobody has all the answers, but together we can work to find the answers that we need for ourselves. And that's the purpose of kenFu.